Welcome to Technique Friday with Els. Today I'll be showing a project featuring my Els van der Burgt Studio Poinsettia, the berry branch, the fitted frames for Curvy Squares, the Merry Christmas, the Soft Finish Cardstock and our silk microfine glitter, like the white silk microfine glitter. So this is the fitted frame. So what that does, and let me bring in the frames itself. So what it does, it cuts all those frames. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a little heart. So 8 frames and a little heart, all in one cut. So these are all the frames that I cut in one time. And here, like this one with the tape that's still hanging together. You see, but this also, you see, that's all those little frames. So it cuts it all in one time. And they're so much fun to use. So in this case, I'm going to use the big one in the silver and the one next to it with tape on the back, or tape on the front in this case, because that's going to be glittered. And as you can see, I have a box full of frames here because I can just mix and match. Just a lot of fun to work with. But I only need these two for this project, and that's my die for the poinsettia. So I have a square card, and then this is the one that has tape on it. And I'm just going to glitter that in a second. So I'm going to put that aside. So I'm first going to put this frame on here. So I'm going to open the card because then it's easier to attach it. And what I like to do is I take, and I don't forget to put tape on the back first. So I put a piece of tape, the Clear Double Sided Adhesive, on the back of the cardstock and then run it through. Because then you have them all with adhesive on the back, which is really easy to handle. And as you can see, I take off a part of the tape, kind of roll it backwards, and then I'm going to add that to the card first. Because that's easier than to drop down the whole frame in one part. So like this. And then I'm just going to pull this back. So take that off and then lay it down. Then I'm going to bring in my glitter tray and I'm going to glitter my frame here. And what I like to do with that one, I just put it aside for a second, because basically I'm just going to dump that white, and I'm using the white here, so the 604, and the white, that's an opaque glitter. So I'm going to take this, don't touch it with your fingers, so kind of just go through there. So just scoop up that white glitter. So just make the whole frame white. And in this case, because you can imagine I already used my adhesive on one side of the cardstock for the glitter. So now I need to put some tape on the back. And in this case, I'm going to take the really tiny tape, so the 3 millimeters, and I'm just going to put it on the inside here of the frame, just against the edge. So all 4 sides, of course. And then I'm going to fit that, because that's what it says, fitted frames. So I just need to find the correct angle. Well, I'm lucky, I have the correct one right away. And that's the 4 sides. Here we go. So what I do, I just lay it down in one corner first, and you're just going to follow that line. So here you are, so that's the frame. Now we're going to work on the poinsettia. And I already cut that. So here I have the one that's just a soft finish cardstock, and that's going to be the leaves here. So I'm going to cut that. So just cut this in, because with a poinsettia, the flower is actually the leaves that turn red or white. And then I'm going to ink this. And I will take a piece here. So that's I'm going to use the shabby shutter, so that's the distress ink. So I'm just going to make a circular motion, add some green, and of course this is a soft finish cardstock. And if you didn't try it yet, you should, because it's wonderful to work with ink. It has a beautiful texture. So here I have the toolkit, and that's the leaf pad. And I'm just going to use this one that has, so the tool set comes with 4 different tools. So if you work with Susan's flowers, you will absolutely love that. So in this case, I'm just going to draw the vein here. See, and I can just fold this very easily now. See, it just gives it some extra texture. And now I'm going to bring in my glitter tray, because as you can see with the poinsettia, you have a solid one. So that's what I just used for the leaves. And I cut it again with the tape on the back, so that's going to be glittered in white. And then I have the overlay that I cut out of the soft finish. I'm going to show you that in a second. And then the smaller one, also with the tape on the back, that I'm going to glitter. So take off that release sheet, and use that release sheet as a handle and just dip it in there as well. And now where the glitter is, I can pick it up. So that's now white, and just rub it in a little bit. And don't know if the camera catches that really well, but the white doesn't have any shine to it. It's an opaque white glitter. So now take this off, take this as a handle, and again just scoop it up there. Polish that as well. Now brush it off a little bit. And then here I have the overlay. So I just need to poke out. I already did a little bit, but just to show you how easy that is. So this is also out of the Soft Finish Cardstock. So then we can start putting it together already. I don't want to put it all down, so you only want to have some adhesive in the center, because you don't want to put that whole flower down. You just want to put the center down. So that's that one. Then I put a little piece of tape here. And now I need to figure out where it lines up, because all the petals are different. So I'm just going to go around till I find the one that fits and press it down in the center. I'm going to put this one down, and also just a piece of adhesive in the center, and just press that down. So that's a little center, because it has the embossed lines in there for the kind of as a guide where you can put down your little glitter dots. So now I have that. Then I'm going to take my glitter dots, put those around, and then I'm going to put a few in the, a few in the dots here. Only needs a few, just to give it a little bit of extra accent. Then I'm going to put the petals in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a piece of the kids glue. I have a piece of release sheet here. So that's the kids glue, kids choice glue. And you just dip in those leaves and just put them random. Of course you can kind of want to position it a little bit. There you go. So now that's the flower. And then I'm going to bring that in. I have my berry branch. And I love that berry branch. You can see them there here. So that's not the berry branch in one piece, that's the berry branch cut in several pieces. So snip them apart. I'm going to show you how I add those dots. So I use the pearl pen for that. So the Viva pearl pen. How I do it, for me the key thing is to keep the pressure on. So you start, squeeze a little bit, there it comes. And you just, you see, and you do quite a big blob, because it shrinks a little bit. So don't be too shy with it, because if you see the white lines, you will see it at the end as well. So don't be too careful, and you can see it goes really fast. So what I normally do, and I was out of them now, I only had a few left, I kind of make a box with some of those berry branches, different colors, different pearl pen. And of course, if you're not comfortable with doing this, you can use our glitter dots. But I like, in this case, I like the dimension. So it's really fast. And then you put this away, and it dries pretty quickly, I have to say. Look how pretty that is. So I'm going to put this one aside, because of course this one needs to dry. And then I have my prepared one here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to snip these pieces apart. You see, I'm just going to snip them off, and then I can just put them in the box, use whatever I want to use. It's not dry yet, so I'm just dipping it in as well. And you just start to put that on your project as well. You can kind of, use it as a filler, see where you're kind of missing something. The only thing I have left now is the Merry Christmas to put here. And I cut that out of the silver, and I forgot to say that for the frame. The silver frame is also silver cardstock. So it's mirror board that I cut with the adhesive on the back as well. So that's the Merry Christmas. So I'm just going to take that out. And because that mirror board is heavy cardstock, what it normally does, it cuts through the cardstock and the tape, but it doesn't cut all the way through the liner, you see? So the liner is still there, but that's perfect. And just lay it on here. And that's it. And here you have your beautiful card, Merry Christmas. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I also lined up some YouTubes at the bottom of the screen here that you might like to watch as well.